All right, we are live. Peace, love, and Black Power family. Welcome to another episode of Get This Wisdom Live. I am your host tonight, Shakti Sterner. And family, I am truly excited this evening because we have a very talented sister on with us, as well as a powerful brother within his own right. You know, we have Black Soul Records on with us tonight. We have the beautiful queen, the princess of Ghana, Baba, with us tonight. And we have Kaylon, the artist who is the CEO of Black Soul Records. So we're going to get it in. We're going to have a nice conversation with these two beautiful people and their powerful gifts that they provide the world and let you all know who they are. So without further ado, you know, I want to get some introductions going on here, and I can introduce you both, but the best introduction always comes for self. So I would like to bring the brother Kalon, the artist, the genius behind Black Soul Records, up so he can provide an introduction of himself, and then you know we'll lead off into the Ghana princess family, Baba. So peace and love, Kaylon. You're on live with us tonight. Thank you for stopping through. Do you mind giving the 5 people that haven't heard of you over there in the corner, they hiding out, an introduction of you, a brief overview of Black Soul Records, and then how you came into introduction with Baba, and we'll go from there.
Okay. Peace, to everyone, Black Power to everyone. I first off, I want to thank you, Sha, for giving us the opportunity to display our talents on your platform. And Baba, I appreciate you for joining in on this interview. And at the end of the day, it's all unity and Black love. So Black Soul Records, just to give, a brief introduction about me. I'm from Rochester, New York. Um, and I came across a lot of talented people. Me being an artist myself, I had to see that there's a bigger picture, and there's so much talent, around me that I seen a way to rejuvenate revenue from my music, and I wanted to do the same thing for other artists. So Black Soul Records is basically like the one-stop shop for soul music. There's so many toxic music and vibrations, that is affecting the minds of our youth. So, I wanted to start a movement of just like Black Soul Warriors, I'm saying? Black Soul, those who are bringing out a positive vibration, through their music. So, I, for one, I love to, and I love to write music. I love to spread my art, and I love to elevate my people. So, in doing that, be greatness in a lot of people. So with me being a musician, me being a soulful musician, I worked at this place called Concentrics, and I ended up meeting Baba. I would see her, working in the back by herself and stuff like that. And I'm like, why you here by yourself? Oh, do you working in the cut? And I just seen this beautiful queen. I didn't even know that she did music. I just felt automatically, connected to her and her vibe, her aura. Me being a spiritual person, I pick up on spirits, and I felt a very, very, very good spirit coming from, way in the back of the workplace. So we kept, meeting each other, throughout course of the year. I bumped into her at Best Buy one time. I was with my queen, and we were getting some music stuff, and we chopped it up a bit and then reconnect. I heard her music. I actually ran into her with that's one of my mom, long time friends. He plays the keys, and we did like a freestyle song on the spot. So he was playing the keyboard, I was rapping and she was singing. So it was like one of those moments between musicians. So we just reconnected. I asked Teddy, I'm like, yo, Teddy, where is me Stephanie right now? So he helped me get in contact with her. I basically told her what Black Soul Records is about, the vision, and not only
Wait
how
a
we
minute. We're having a
visually.
little bit of disruption on the audio. Just a couple
Okay,
minutes. Okay, you should be clear to go now.
okay, yeah. So I reconnected with her, through a musician named Teddy, and I told her, what Black Soul Records is about, what the movement is about, to spread a soulful vibration. And I always felt her charisma. I always, felt her energy. So, I feel excited, to be, the distributor to, Love Come Down, which is her new single. You can get that on blacksoulrecords.com. It is a very soothing, very heartfelt song. And she has so much like good quality music. Like that's not even scratching the surface on how talented this woman is. Like, a lot of stories through her music too. You guys are gonna see it, coming real soon. But definitely get that Love Come Down on blacksoulrecords.com, and you can listen to it on iTunes, Amazon, Spotify, Tidal, all the online music stores, Rhapsody. We get most of the money from. So get that app right there and stream that all day and all night.
Indeed, I definitely listen to the song myself, and I'm a fan. So right now, I wanna bring up into the spotlight the Ghana princess herself, Princess Baba. Queen, how are you doing tonight? Thank you for joining us for the conversation.
I am good. How are you?
I'm better now. I got that Ghana energy popping off right here. Got the Black Soul Records energy popping off right here. I'm doing real good tonight. So
I'm glad. I'm
before we
glad.
move forward, as I said before, the best introduction comes from self. So for the people who you want to know who Baba is, do you mind telling them a little bit about who you are and what you represent?
Hi guys, my name is Stephanie Baba Lindsay, and I go by Baba as my artist name. And I am from Ghana, which is in West Africa. I have been in Rochester for about 5, 6 years, but I started doing music in Ghana like between the ages of 8 and 10, and it's been an up and up thing. And I had my baby, so I had to put it on the back burner for a little bit. And then I run into Kalon, and we connected, like he said, we clicked, and he told me what Black Soul was about, and that's what my music is about, because I want my music to portray light, to portray peace, to touch people's souls, regardless of whatever you're feeling, whatever race background you're coming from. I just want everyone to just be one with music and enjoy. So I think he asked me to send him a couple of stuff that I've done, and Love Come Down was one of the things that I had recorded with one of my bandmates, because I used to be in a girl group and I hadn't released it yet. So he was like, that's a really good song, and would you like it to be put on Black Soul as your first single? And I was like, yeah, sure, why not? And then he started working on it with his queen and Shauna, and the next thing I knew, there was an artwork of my picture, and I think that's about it. That's what happened, and I'm here.
Indeed, beautiful lady. So you gave a very good introduction, but in addition to that, do you mind sharing with us all a little bit of your history uh,
Hmm.
as it pertains to your music? When did you start, and things of that nature?
Oh yeah, sure. I started doing music, I think around the age of 10, 8 or 10, I think. And it was mostly in school and in church. And My mom had a lot of records and CDs, so we'll be playing it, and I'll be just singing along, like Peter Andre. You had Boys to Men, you had Whitney. So like I had a lot of influences, and um, I think when I got to middle school, um, we had basically like in school you have positions that you vie for, like you have class president and stuff like that. There was a position for entertainment prefect, and because my vibe was always to do something with entertainment, I went for it and I became the assistant entertainment prefect and started putting up shows, participating in fun fairs and stuff like that. So in high school, I was in the drama and debate club, which encompasses everything musically as well as artistically. So I got a scholarship with a bunch of other students, and we went to the UK and went to the drum theater where we did a musical for The Marriage of Anansua, which was written by for Sutherland. And that was what piqued my interest strongly in music, like to take it on
Hold
professionally.
on 1 second there, Queen.
Hmm.
We're having a little bit of disruption in audio.
No problem.
1 second. Okay, it should be working out now.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, so we were doing the musical for The Marriage of Anansua, which was written by it was Sutherland. So she's one of the prolific writers in Ghana. And since we were becoming sister cities with Plymouth, some of the students from that area, came to Ghana, and we did the play together, and it was great because I realized that we were fusing African culture and history with some of the Western culture and history as well. And I was like, that is actually a great thing to do. So I decided to come up with a musical genre called Afrofusion. I'm probably not the person that brought it up, but fusion, fusing Afro beats and Afro vibes with Western genres made sense to me. So that's when I started recording with some of the people I knew musically in my neighborhood back home in Ghana. I think it was in a Showman Estate. His name was PSC, and he was a sound engineer. So I used to work with him, as well as another guy. He's in South Africa now. He's called Juju. He's also a really good artist. And we started working together, and we called ourselves Field Day. So it was like a mini label called Field Day Records. And we started working together, recording. And then I think somewhere in 2010 or 2011, there was a show called Vodafone Icons Divas Edition. So it was a type of like American Idol, but for females and for girl groups, because that's what they were looking for. At that time, I didn't really know, because I thought, you were just going to do an audition as an individual and then do the project and win. And my then boyfriend was like, you should try. I mean, you've been running around doing music, maybe this could be your break. And I was like, whatever, I'm not so into auditions because maybe it's biased, and TV shows and reality shows. I was like, okay. But, I got a lot of support from friends and family and stuff. So I went anyways. And I got in. They merged me with the people that became my bandmates, which was Natasha Mandede and Denise Williams. And it kicked off from there. We won the competition. It was hard, but we did it. And we started touring, started recording with other big names. We actually opened for Trey Songz, and I think another big artist in Nigeria, D'banj, as well as 4x4 in Ghana. So it was great. We went to South Africa, we went to London, and then along the line, I got pregnant and was about to have my baby. So I came here, and that put a little dent in recording and showmanship for a while until 2015. I went back and then recorded Love Come Down, because at that point in time, I was just feeling a lot of love from people and I had to interpret it in music. So I recorded it, and luckily Tasha and Queso, as well as
Indeed. I'm over here, Queen. I'm Queen. I'm just jealous right now because it's like, yeah, I've been to the UK. I've been performing all over London. I've been in South Africa. I've been in Ghana, and I'm just, I'm like, can I get like you? I need to be like you. You're making a lot of movements right now, and that's dope. So. I heard you mention earlier, I heard you say boys to men and things of that nature. So could you mind, letting us know some of your other influences music wise, who inspires Baba to do what she does, who does she look up to, and who paved the way for her to get busy, how she get busy, because you get busy, Queen.
I would say my biggest influence was my grandfather. He was a teacher as well as a pianist, and he worked with like a lot of major artists back home. And the sad thing about that was I met him, but I was a baby, so I don't really remember him. So in my mind, I never really got to meet him. So it was always a thing that I want to do music just to, appreciate him as well. And then my biggest influence of all time, I will say Michael Jackson, because rest his soul. Rest his soul. But, I used to watch the documentaries and the videos, and I was like, how can one person be so talented in every single area? And my mom would be looking at me laughing, and she was like, whatever, just put your hand in your books and keep it moving. But I was drawn to like his art, and how he made music out of emotion, out of things around him, out of feeling. And it wasn't, excuse me to say, rubbish, like some of the music out now is just rubbish. And some are really good, but at times change and generations change, and I feel like you have to fight your way to be heard again. So you have to fight for music to be heard again, like real music to be heard again. So yeah. Those were my influences, my grandfather as well as Michael Jackson. Those were my biggest influences. Yeah.
Shimon Lee.
How she put that. She said, "You gotta fight. You gotta fight for real music." That's the truth right there. That's the truth.
Yes. Come on, Shimon Lee. So I'm sorry. I love MJ myself. He's definitely an inspiration to us all, and I'm glad you brought him up, because we do have to counteract the rubbish that's going on. I love how you put that. It's rubbish. It's rubbish. It's pure rubbish that is on mainstream radio, and we need artists like you to bring back, you and Kaylon, to bring back that black soul within the music, to bring back that true love, that true artistry, that compassion, that message you get in the soul of the music. We need that, and that's something I automatically identified with when I first heard Love Come Down, because Kaylon sent it to me. He's like, yeah, you got to listen to it. I'm like, really? Okay. So I listened to it, and I had it on, like, I repeated it like 20 times. It's a phenomenal song. And shout out to the viewers, by the way. We do have a surprise coming for you later on. We're going to actually let you hear Love Come Down tonight. But,
that song soothes me. Yeah, that's my soother right there.
Get your ears ready for that gift. So, Queen, So we want to go into family because you spoke upon your mom and things like that.
Yeah.
How would, in what ways would you say, and how big of an impact has the support of your family had on your music, or let us
Mhm.
know what that looks like.
My family, I'll say, is they are my rock. You know, it's the most important thing to me because my mom and dad, they've always been there. They've always supported me.
There's a
Just
another. I
yeah.
think we're on a delay. It's not a disruption going on with the audio. It's just a delay with the video and what you're saying, but it's all good. The family gonna get the message anyway. So rock out, Queen.
Okay. Yeah, my family has always been there for me and supported me in whatever decision I've made. Whether it was bad, they were always there to, console me and try to sway me on the right path. And when it's good, they are there and to, cheer me on and be like, you've done well. So that was one of the most important things in my life, that, I had my mom and my dad, and they were always great supporters and great encouragers. My parents are missionaries, so they understand, my point of view when it comes to wanting to do something to help. And music is my way of helping people, just as going on missions was their way of giving back and, showing love to people that were less fortunate. So in a way, we are all on a mission, and I think that's what connects me mostly to my parents, because they've always been there, you know, in my decision to do music. And when my mom was a little shaky in the beginning because I was studious, I'm still studious, but after a while, music called on me. So I was drawn to it. And she was like, why don't you finish up your degree and whatnot? I was like, okay, I will. And then after a while, my dad was like, she's not happy. Just let her do what she wants to do. And if she wants to go back to school or get other degrees or whatever, she can do that. But for now, let her do what she wants to do. And my mom was like, okay. So after that, it was just music all the way until, you know, I had nothing else to say. But yeah, they've been my great supporters, and I'm extremely grateful for them. So yeah.
Indeed, the love you have for your family
Yeah.
definitely comes across in your music. So all praises due to your family for the support,
Thank you.
that
Yeah.
they give you and uplifting you and allowing you that energy to keep on pushing in your career.
Yeah.
So you spoke on loving to help people through your music, right?
Yeah.
And we know that music is a healing mechanism. It's a healing tool for all. In addition to healing people, what is the main objective of Baba's music?
I want my music to cross boundaries. I want to be able to show my music in a way that people can see where I'm coming from. People can feel love from my words, feel peace from my words, and be able to relate to whatever situation that they have going on, and to also to feel welcome, to come into my world, to come in like to where I'm from. Ghana is, I always say Ghana is one of the most beautiful places anyone could ever be from, and it's peaceful. And looking around the world, like there's always a lot of there's issues happening here, even back home, all over the world. People are dying, people are being mistreated, oppressed. But where I'm from, in as much as it happens, because no place is perfect, it happens. I feel like I would say I wasn't prone to seeing that kind of mistreatment. Like you turn on the news today here, and you know people are being mistreated by the police. People are being mistreated by random people, like, you know, the same color people are, you know, being mistreated by themselves, as well as white supremacy and all that. So I wanted my music to show people that there is another way, you know, where you can go, you can have people of different cultures, people of different colors, and they can live in harmony and feel like they have no worries, but to just live. Because my biggest issue is, why can't people just be? Why can't we just live and appreciate each other regardless of our skin, race, language, you know, barriers and cultural barriers? Why can't we just live and enjoy each other? But, you know, you can't always get what you want, and such is life. There's always evil reaching out. So I want my music to be able to at least fight that root of evil, but it takes a community, it takes a village, it takes people to do that. And by music, I feel like my music could reach those people, and if they hear me and hear my message, they'll be able to stand up and, you know, fight for love, fight for peace, you know. Yeah.
That was well put.
Yes.
Thank
Did
you.
you want to add on, Kaylon?
Celebrate.
And indeed. Indeed, you know, I'm over here just I got my notebook, I got my pen, I'm jotting down these jewels the sister is dropping because she about to bring it home. You know what I'm saying? And it's real dope to have that. See, that's the missing element within music now is that element of knowledge, that element of wisdom, and that element of understanding. That's why our people aren't in tune with it like they once were. Those elements are missing. So I definitely want to thank you for standing on your virtues and your ethics within the creativity of your music.
Thank
So,
you.
what has been your favorite track to work on thus far?
Love Come Down was one of my favorites to work on because it was pretty simple. Like, I took inspiration from I think, was it Evelyn Champagne King? Yeah. So it was, and her song was fun, but I wanted to bring, you know, a modern vibe to it, you know, make it more of a ballad, which was great because I felt like some good musicians are doing that, like taking old classics and then, you know, zhuzhing it up a bit, you know, making it their own. And I wanted to do the same, but, you know, with something that could, you know, resonate with my old audience as well as my young audience, like for my generation. I don't think kids of this generation could get that, but yeah, I wanted to do that. So it was Love Come Down was, I should say, that is one of my favorites. And then I think there's another one that is not out yet. It's called Call Call Call, which in my dialect means knock knock knock. So it's like a is like how do you say, an announcement of sorts of, you know, things going on, and hopefully soon enough you hear that, and I'll say that that is one of my favorites as well. So yeah.
Yeah, I'm over here. I'm like, and knock, 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 wake your behind up. We coming through the door with Black Soul Records. So, with the Queen saying that, you know, Love Come Down is one of her favorite tracks to work on, I think it's a good time to bring that track on up so the people can hear it. Queen, so I'm gonna let you do the honors, you know, introduce your track for the family real quick.
Okay, guys. I hope you be listening. This is Love Come Down, written by me and featuring Tasha, as well as produced by Queso and CT Beats, all in Ghana. So enjoy.
Yo, right now, you're tuning into CT Radio, okay? So, thanks for what I remember what it is, man. Let your love come down. Oh, you got my love. the first time in a long time. I feel like in a sky to fall and fade. For the first time in a long time, I feel like everything is okay. I look into your eyes, all I see is joy, joy. When you touch, all I feel is love. So I'm not gonna give it, let your love come fill me up. Go on again, me. I'm not gonna give it up, let your love come fill me up. Go on again, me. Let your love come down. Let your love come now, baby. Ooh, you got my love. For the first time in a long time, finally, your love has come to stay. For the first time in a long time, feel like finally this love was meant for me. 'Cause when I let you in, you change, you change. And when you talk to me, all my fears fall away. So I'm not let your love come fill me up. So I'm not gonna give it up. Let your love fill me up. Let your love come down. Ooh, you got my love. Yeah. Let your love come down. Ooh, you got my love.
I'm over here like I'm trying to sing it. I can't really sing, so I'm like, yeah, let your love come down. I'm trying. I can't really sing, but I'm trying. Quay, I absolutely love that song. I love it. I love it. I love it. Thank you. Let me pull that face back up here for a minute. Yeah. So what's the feeling that you get when you listen to that song, knowing that you made it? What is the feeling that comes over you?
It's just, I feel like a very peaceful, solemn vibe when I hear it. It's just calming and peaceful. Sometimes I cry. Sometimes I cry because and it's not like tears of sadness. It's just, you know, tears of contentment. So I'm at peace with myself, and I'm happy that the message I wanted to send was, put across, and it came across very well. And the fact that everyone that worked on the song with me, did it, out of pure joy and out of pure love. So it's a really solemn vibe for me when I listen to it. Yeah.
Yes, 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 yes. You know, I'm over here like I'm catching the Holy Spirit right now. Indeed, indeed. So when we look at, certain types of music, the music that you create, the music that Kaylon creates, the music that so many others create, and then we compare that to what's going on quote unquote mainstream radio. It's a very much clear distinction of what
Yeah.
is true and what isn't. So, what would be your thoughts on the music that is being played on what we call mainstream radio?
I mean, I definitely like some of the songs that are being played on mainstream radio.
Uh, your mic is a
There's
little low, Queen.
Oh, I'm sorry. Let me try to.
No, it's still a tad bit low.
Is it better?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, for me, I definitely like some songs, songs on mainstream radio. Some of them are great. And there are some that I just don't get what they're trying to say. Like, for me, how I was brought up, like, there's a way to say a woman is beautiful or a guy is handsome, or even talk about love and sex in a way that is tasteful, that is, still gets your point across without being vulgar and, rude, and with that being thrown out there, it makes me wonder how you're teaching the youth of this generation to perceive, people and appreciate people when there isn't any thought of respect when you're addressing females or males or love or sex, and it's just another thing. So I feel like, how are the you going to understand and know that you don't say that is not endearing to say that to someone, but mainstream media is putting it out there, so it makes it seem like it's okay, and they come to you and talk to you anyhow, and you feel like, oh, it's okay, but it's not. And I feel like it is up to us, as well as, up to the community, up to the families, to go the extra mile to let them know that this isn't how it should be. This isn't how you have to describe a woman. You have to describe a queen or your king, in with vulgar language. But that is what's out there. And you have these, I don't know what they're called, but rappers that come on and just jumble up stuff, and you don't really hear what they're saying or talking about, or sometimes you can hear what they're saying, but it really doesn't make any type of sense. But it's out there.
Facts.
And I just don't get it. But it's not all bad. There are great musicians out there. There are people that are putting out great music, and it is great. But I feel like the bad outweighs the good sometimes. So that is something we have to push hard for, and work hard on our end to make it better. Yeah.
Indeed, I'm about to go to Atlanta myself and get me a record deal since everybody else got one. I'm about to do me some tracks. I'm a good mumble rapper. I can, that's all I got to do. It, I'm gonna get me a deal. So
Exactly.
We're gonna drop that Get This Wisdom mixtape. That's what we're gonna do.
indeed, I could talk about hot sauce, potato salad, and ketchup, and it'll be a hit. So
I
I'm
know,
about to go
right?
I'm about to go get me a deal too. It's not a problem. But definitely,
Wow.
1,000,000%. We do, we have work to do in the area of
Yeah.
musicianship. There are some great people doing some great work, but that whole hey, I don't know, no, I don't even know what's his name, Young Thugger Thug. What he call himself? Run around wearing a dress. What he talking
I
about?
have no
I don't
idea.
know.
I have no idea. And that's my point. Like, I can't even remember their names because it doesn't pull me in because I don't really get what they're saying. So I'm not gonna try to remember you either way. And I feel like they should bring music back into, public schools and stuff, and teach them, the real history behind music, the real art form, and not just follow suit as to you hear someone doing it and then you're gonna do it too. No, music has to be taught as a subject, so that people can pick up wisdom
All
behind it.
these rappers did. All these rappers did, Queen. I'm gonna call him little spider bug because he got these coming out from his head that's green. They look like spider legs.
Oh Lord.
That's it. I like. I don't know what they be doing. I'm confused.
Man, these dudes be lost.
So
These
definitely,
kings and queens, man.
while we're speaking on,
Yeah, it's here to change all that. You know what I'm saying? Like Baba said that, music is supposed to be used as a tool, to teach and to elevate. You know what I'm saying? So, and that's what we're here to do, and when people see that it's strength in numbers, then we can annihilate some of, the music, that's, just feeding our generation's toxins, because it's been going on for a long time. You got the music industry and changing people, and people feel like they have to compromise their craft and compromise their personality and their spirit, to do what they what the labels is telling them, what sells. So on Black Soul Records, we want the artists to be true to themselves. If you live in that gangster life, you could be honest about that gangster life, but put some soul in it. Just about selling drugs, and it's not all about, I'm saying, like killing and everything like that. Like, yeah, it's a reality that it happens, but what's next? I'm saying, what can we do, about that? I'm saying, and when she's saying love come down, that's like, love is like, it's like a higher infinite source, that down on us. Like when she says love come down, I see love in the form of rain, just washing away, all of the, bad relationships that we may have had in our life, when love come down, to just remind me, to not even, just, love a significant other, but, the love of self. You know what I'm saying? Like, and as an artist, like we view things, in all different spectrums, and it's amazing, that, one song, people can take, or not take, but to receive, different messages in different ways, and, embrace, the love in the song, because it's a lot of love in that song. And when I listen to it, I could see her in the studio just pouring out her heart. You know what I'm saying? And like when an artist can do that for you, that's the truth. Tell that artist is genuine and passionate about what they're doing.
most definitely, for me, it's a feel good track. You can light your candles, you can light your incense, you can chill back and just meditate and reflect on the day's events, and turn on Love Come Down, and you're good to go. That's a perfect evening right there. So Queen, while we're speaking on just bringing forth that beauty within the music, bringing back and helping people remind themselves of what music really is and what it does for you. If you could collaborate with any artist, whether they're living or have crossed over into the ancestral realm, who would that artist be and why?
Hmm. Well, um, okay, I'll do two. For the artist that is dead and gone, but still lives on, I will say Michael Jackson, and I will collaborate with him because he is legendary. Like, what else can you say about Michael Jackson? He is the king of pop, the king of music artistry, and it will be like the greatest honor of all time. And if I was to collaborate with an artist that still lives, I would say, who would I say? Of course, Kaylon. But I am going to collaborate with you, so that is
Oh,
already done.
that's
But
future.
yeah, I would say I would definitely love to do something with Rihanna because I like her vibe. I think my favorite track of hers was Mother Mary that she did. And that song, I don't know, for some reason, it's a prayer, but it touches me, deeply. And I feel like to work on with her on something like that would be like
Yeah.
amazing. Yeah.
And trying to see where she went. Where you at, Queen? Where you at?
I'm here. Can you hear me?
We can hear you now.
Okay. Yeah, I was saying like with an artist that's living, I would definitely say Rihanna because I loved her song Mother Mary. Because even though it's a prayer, it resonates with me, deeply. And I feel like she has, when it comes to that song, she has my kind of vibe. And I feel it will be an amazing project to do something with her. So, yeah.
Hey, my Pisces twin, Rihanna. I love that's my Pisces.
I'm hearing collaboration too. That's beautiful.
Yeah.
Most definitely. So, Queen, where do you see yourself career-wise in the next 5 years or so?
Well, I am hoping to put out more music and hopefully to be able to reach, you know, across the universe, continent, countries, whatever it is. Just basically reach out and touch people all over the world, and as well as get the message across. Get the message of love, peace, understanding across because that's what we need. And there's enough politics, there's enough fighting. We just need peace, and music can be that tool, to cut across boundaries and lines and uh, political discriminations, and just get out there and give love. So hopefully, in 5 years, that's where I see myself being an inspiration to other people and getting them to see my point of view as well as get the understanding of what true love and true wisdom is. Yeah.
Indeed. And let that love come down. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah,
It's a,
Queen. She's gonna be known other universes. They gonna know about Baba. I got a question that I want, something I want Baba to address. Baba, what does your name mean?
Baba means born on a Thursday. It's a day name. In my country, every day has a different name. If you're born on Monday, you have a name. If you're born on Tuesday, you have a day name. If you're born on Wednesday, you have a day name. And on Thursday, I'm female, so it's Baba or Abba. Or if you're I'm Fanti. If I was an Ashanti, I will be called Ya. And my dad was also born on Thursday, so he's Echo. If he was an Ashanti, he would be called Yao. So it's Baba and Echo. And my mom was born on a Friday, so she is Efwa. If she was a man, she would have been called Kofi. So that's where Baba comes from. It's a day name. And my dad always told me like Thursday borns are like fighters, go getters. And I've been a go getter all my life. I'm chill, but I still, push and work hard. And that's what I wanted. That's why I wanted to use my name, Baba, because I'm always fighting, for what I believe and what I love. And it's strong for me. So, yeah.
that energy comes off when you speak, Queen, for sure, for sure. I
Thank
get that
you.
warrior spirit. So, I'm glad Kaylon brought that up. While we're looking into the realms of origins and how things come to existence, you have origins in Ghana. The
Yeah.
mother So how has having that culture, firsthand experience of said culture impacted your views across the board, having experiences at home in the East and also here with westernized culture?
Well, for that, I mean, as I stated earlier, things back home are totally different, from things here. Like how we are raised, how we are taught to speak, and how we are taught to act is like a totally different vibe as to things here. Back home, a woman doesn't really, yeah, you're allowed to go to school, work, get your degrees, and, accomplish a lot of things, but it's not really advised, pushed for that you leave home until, your king comes and gets you. Seeks permission from your family and be like, I've seen a flower in your home and I want to pluck it. Can I pluck it? And when folks say yes, they do the traditional marriage, which is what we call an engagement. And then if you want to do a church wedding, you do it and move to your husband's house. And here it's different, but it's not like super surprising because culture transcends. We're getting aspects of our culture coming here as well as aspects of the Western culture going in there. So it's back and forth. It's still a learning experience, that things are not always going to be the same. How we understand each other is not going to be the same. But if we are open to learning, and trying to experience each other and understanding where each other comes from, we will have a bigger grasp, uh, of an understanding of how things are and how we can all coexist and in peace and learn from each other, I guess. Yeah.
The Queen, you need to do it like a concert where you sing, but you also have a section where you're teaching the people who are interested in learning about back home and embracing that culture and applying it to this society. I think that would be a good look for Baba. You know,
That, yeah, that's actually a great idea. Thank you.
I'm just sitting back and I'm doing the knowledge as we say. I'm observing what you're saying and writing it down and taking heed to it. We definitely there are a lot of people that are within this society here
Yeah.
who have that yearning to embrace the motherland, that would definitely appreciate the gifts you have
Mhm.
to offer both musically as well as the things that you can share from your firsthand accounts of both societies and how you embrace home and apply it here. I think that would be dope for you, Queen, for sure.
Yeah, I definitely like that because another thing that uh, well, it's not a thing per se. It's like a word I hate when people say, baby mother or baby father. That is something that is not, said back home because your son's mother or your baby or your child's mother is your child's mother and your child's father is your child's father. But baby mom and baby dad is just weird. It's like a thing. It's like a thing that everybody wants to have or go for, which is not pretty, it's not great. I feel like they're deserving. If the parent is not there, then they're not there. Then it's whatever. But if they're there, just give them that respect. This is my child's mother, or this is my child's father, and that way it helps the child to grow respecting and knowing that's my father and that's my mother, and not, oh yeah, let me go get a baby mom or oh, I'm going to be a baby dad. It's just weird to me. I mean, that is just is from where I'm from. That culture is weird, and I'm hoping that at some point in time that will change. Yeah.
Yeah,
The
my great auntie taught me that once you lay down with a woman, you marry them in a sense. And if I didn't have the wisdom of, my aunties and my mom, to tell me, things like that, I probably would have had a whole bunch of baby mamas. You know what I'm saying? But I was taught from
Yeah.
wise women, that now when you lay down and you have sex with a woman, you marry her in a sense,
Yeah.
because the woman is the earth, and we have to plant our seeds and nurture our woman. I was raised by a single woman, so every day, I'm embracing my mother, and helping her cope. So I got to do the same thing, for a mother that I have kids with, and I'm saying, take that responsibility. But
Yeah. I mean, I get that. Like mistakes happen. You marry someone, you're not in love with. But there's nothing wrong with being present and taking care of that, seed that you planted, regardless of whatever is going on between um, the parents. Because life happens, mistakes happen. Sometimes the love you had from the beginning will differ, will change. Love changes. People marry each other and grow to become brother and sister, which is weird, but it happens. It doesn't mean that you should become enemies and, you know, throw blows and cuss at each other every single chance you get. Because I feel like my biological father wasn't necessarily present in my life. My mom made it. She married my stepfather and they made it work. They raised me, and I know what a stable home should look like. I know what love should be like and should feel like, and I know what respect for each other, you know, as couples should be like. So I feel like, regardless of the circumstances between relationships, whatever the case may be, being in the know and in the now and in the present, that this is what I want my kids to grow up to see, to experience, will work. So you don't have to, so that stigma of, oh, I come from a broken home. I feel, to me, a broken home is where there is no sense of self and there's no respect for each other, regardless of whether the parent is there. You can be in a two-parent home, and if they're fighting all the time and arguing all the time, it is a broken home because there's no peace, there's no love, and there's no respect. But if, let's say, it's a single mother or a single father raising a kid, but they understand, you know love and respect, and their stepmothers or their stepfathers are there, and then there's still respect, it works, because then you're teaching the kids that it is possible, to be happy. It is okay to make mistakes, but it is most important to learn from your mistakes and do right by them. So,
mm,
So those
I'm
are
here.
facts. Facts. Did you want to add on, King?
I'm loving the listen right now. This is amazing. I love the minds, and you know um the outlook, on happiness and joy. We shouldn't have to condition ourselves to a belief,
hmm
that we have, to be with this person to raise, a happy family. Because, me, I feel like, my dad wasn't there, growing up. I never met my father, but I had a community of fathers that embraced me as their son, and that helped me, to see that, okay, it's not about having that physical man by genetic, it's not about having that genetic father, but it's about
hmm
having that spiritual father, because, the spirit is going to replace or fulfill what you may be lacking in your life. So I'm loving this right now. I'm loving
Yeah.
this. This is what Black Soul is about, because Black is unity.
Yeah.
And the soul is the spirit, it's your heart, it's your core, and this is what Black Soul is about. It's united, and we're coming together, and we're pouring, love down on each other. The love is coming down on all of us. So I just, I see this show right here reaching a lot of people, and a lot of people tuning in. Listen with an open heart and an open mind. and let the love come down in your heart, and just because you lacking something in your life in the physical sense or in a person, if you look
Yeah.
spiritually with your spiritual eye, you'll see that you're not really lacking. Look around
Yeah.
you, but look inside.
Yeah, definitely. And just a little side note, like I was always taught that a community, raises a child. So that is something that I feel we should all start learning into. It doesn't mean that your birth mother or birth father should be the only one able to correct you and give you advice when you're going wrong. But if the community or the village raises a child, then your neighbor, your auntie or your family friend could come in and be like a brother, be like a sister, be like a father or mother, and tell you when you are doing wrong, when you're moving left, when you should be going right, or when you're swaying on the side, when you should be in the middle. That way, we all help and support each other, and we all push each other up and encourage each other. But if we just stick to ourselves and stay in our corner by ourselves, we are not going to go anywhere. We are not going to progress. It would just be lonesome. So, yeah, that's what I wanted to add.
Beautiful, beautiful queen, and I thank you for the exchange and dialogue. Truly, we this is what we need more of. Along with the selective roles that we have been given, the assignments and the missions that we have been bestowed with from the ancestors and God, or the Creator, whichever terminology feels better to you. We need to
Yeah,
have open and honest dialogue about what's going on within ourselves, in our community, within our extended family, so that we can begin to heal properly and move forward in a collaborative effort in unison to create that environment which we seek to create, that abundance on earth, that heaven on earth. So most definitely, queen. And I want to say thank you once again, for coming on, get this wisdom tonight and sharing your wisdom. That's what we do. We want the people
thank you
to
so much.
thank you. We want the people to embrace their black soul, but also get a dose of this wisdom at the same time. So before we go, do you mind sharing with our people, the viewing audience, what's up next for you?
Um, well, I would like to say that right now you're just, pushing Love Come Down and promoting it. Definitely you're gonna hear some more music that I've, been working on, and Black Soul Records is doing a whole bunch of stuff and working hard, and to you hear other things as well. But for now, we're just pushing Love Come Down, let it reach the masses. So hopefully you go onto Tidal, Napstar, Spotify, iTunes, and just click download, go to blacksoul.com. You have all the links over there. Download, listen, buy, share, and help, with the mission. Okay.
Indeed, indeed. So before we go, I want to ask you and Kaylon, do you have anything else on your mind that you would like to share with the family?
Yeah, I think we said enough.
But you, King, you got anything else you want to share?
I love y'all. I love you. Life is too short to dwell on things that are not going to help you grow. So
Yeah.
any that's stopping your plane from flying, if it's weight, take it off so that you can fly, and that's what it's about. It's about reaching higher grounds. Fly, fly, spread your wings and fly. Don't let anyone, not even yourself, stop you from achieving greatness, because the greatness is in you.
Yeah.
Actual fact. So Also, before we go, the Queen said where you all can purchase her single "Love Come Down." If they want to get in touch with you, Queen, how would they go about getting in touch with you for bookings for performances, things of that nature? How would they go about contacting you? Give them your social media contact and all that beautiful stuff. And we're gonna have Kaylon do the same.
Yeah, they can go on to blacksoul.com and follow the contacts and information, as well as my Instagram, which is CC of RNM. So it's CECY of RNM, and my Facebook, which will say Stephanie Baaba Lindsay, as well as my Facebook page, which also says Baaba. So, I'm everywhere. Just type Baaba and something will pop up. Twitter is also CC of our name as well. So yeah.
Indeed. And Kaylon, we're gonna have a show where we talk about your music too, right?
Yes, ma'am. Yes. Queen.
All right, sounds good. So, family, we've been grateful to speak with you all tonight. My baby's getting a little bit excited, but we've been thank you. We've been grateful to speak with you all tonight. The family of Black Soul Records came through. If you want you want to find out how to purchase her album, other than what she told you all tonight. If you want to keep in contact, see what's going up with Baaba, Kaylon, and the brand as a whole, you go to www.blacksoulrecords.com. And you get everything you need from right there. So again, thank you both for joining the conversation tonight. It's been great. Baaba, I'm gonna go ahead and stream "Love Come Down" for about 100 more times tonight and see if I can.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I'm grateful.
Yeah, keep it on repeat.
Yeah, I'm gonna keep it on repeat. I'm not even gonna take it off. Like, I'm just gonna play it all night. So that's dope.
Yeah.
And thank you for tuning in, family, for another episode of Get This Wisdom Live. I am your host, Shakti Sterner. Be on the watch out. We're dropping the next issue of Get This Wisdom magazine, March 20th. That is our Black Love issue. The Queen that we had on tonight, Baaba, spoke some vital information about Black love and relationships. So until next time, family, peace, love, and Black power.
Bye.